Guys, I got a real treat for you today. We're at Sowders Speed Shop in Bristol, Connecticut. Connecticut's best kept secret. He's the #1 V-twin specialist in the tri-state area. Has a dyno in here. Wait till you see the bikes he's building. It's going to blow your mind. Matt is a former Marine helicopter mechanic who turned his passion for V-twins into the best speed shop on the East Coast. A lot of my friends that are into performance Harleys recommend coming here. Wait till you see what he's got inside. We've got the 2024 CVO ST that we've bought here to have him do the super tune on. We've got the 2022 131 cubic inch Stage 4 Road King just coming in here for the special cam and tuner that he's going to install. But come on in, I'll introduce you to Matt. Matt, what's going on, brother?
How you doing?
Really good to finally meet you. I've heard a lot about your shop. My neighbor Tommy, who has I think 6 or 7 Harleys that you've done, including 160 horsepower Road Glide, has really piqued my interest. And my friend Sam Brannigan came here, had his engine built. He had it done by a guy in Florida, and it ran like shit. He bought it to you. He's thrilled. Gerald Rothman Jr., a former factory road racer that I sold the 117, came and had to balance the crank. So I heard nothing but good. Both my bikes are outside. I'm excited to have my bikes here, and it blew my mind when I walked in the door. You've got some incredible projects you're working on here. You want to walk us through and show us a few of them?
Yeah, I mean, there's like you said, a lot of newer projects. There's a 129 that we're building up, putting a new cam in it, putting bigger heads on it, and then we're going to be doing a full stereo system on it with a new sound stream unit with 6 speakers upgrade on there with 6x9s on the bag lids.
Wow.
6.5 front and rears. So the motor's going to sound good, the stereo's going to sound good, and she's going to be happy.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And you're all Harleys here, no other brands here. No Indians, no Jap stuff here.
Nope, none of that.
And I see the American flags in the background here, and I believe your family's been in the military for generations, right?
Yeah, we call it the family business because we have people in every branches my whole life. My dad, 20 years in the Navy, me in the Marine Corps myself, and then tons of Army, and of course, got out of the Air Force too.
That's awesome. You got all 4 branches covered here.
Yeah.
That's badass. And your shop is beautiful. That's his dyno room here. The toolbox has got the top of the line Mac toolbox there, and everything you need. Do you do the crank balancing in here yourself too?
We do.
That's awesome. There's very few shops that can do that around here. Show us some of your ottle project bikes.
Yeah, so we got other ones here. Actually, we were talking about Sly Fox outside. This is the Sly Fox Bassani combo pipe here.
Oh yeah, the Sly Fox products are awesome. I got some for my Road Glide I'm going to bring here that I already purchased through distribution. But I love their pipes. Mm-hmm. What else do you have from Sly Fox? Have you ever tried any of their seats or anything yet?
I have. We've done some of their seats and a bunch of their fenders are common items. I think they have different dashes and stuff now too, but I haven't got into those yet.
I see you got Fox shocks on this thing too. I haven't tried those yet.
We had 2 bikes in here earlier. Yeah, these are the Fox on the rear.
What do you think of those?
They're nice. You know, they're nice and tight and clean. Some people don't love the Olin sticking out the back or the gold, so this is nice that it's black.
Yeah,
it has nice, easy adjusters here too.
Awesome. How many cubic inches is this one?
This is a 117. So we just did a cam in it, so it's got Cyclorama's 483 cam. Obviously the exhaust is great. This is the Fueling BA air cleaner.
Have you dynoed this one yet?
Good. Yeah, she did 126 horse.
Nice. I love those pegs, the flow pegs in the back. Keep the wife from flying off the back. This one caught my eye over here, this 139. This thing's badass. What's the scoop with this one?
This one we went through for quite a while over the wintertime. We did a lot of stuff with a lot of different companies. This was a Road Glide ST that came in with the bronze wheels, the bronze rockers. We swapped them over to a set of black wheels, the black Behringer brakes. Worked with Kraus on a bunch of the stuff, got the brake tech rotors from them. Olin's in the front suspension. Kraus hooked us up with the top tree, changed out the risers, the speedo.
You didn't miss a thing on this one, did you?
I went through quite a bit.
Kraus gauge pack, everything.
With the nice Heartlock grips, you have the good dirt bike feel.
Yeah, those are badass. I just bought a set of Sly Fox grips for my 2016 Road Glide.
Yeah.
These do feel like dirt bike grips.
Yeah. And then T-Man helped us out with the motor. It's got a Dark Horse crank in it, T-Man Performance, 139 cubic inch piston cylinders, their headwork plus 4mm valves, intake plus 2 on the exhaust.
What'd this one put down?
165 horse.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's approaching factory bagger racing league territory.
killer.
They're putting down. I saw them at Daytona doing 186 miles an hour, and they sound ridiculous. And the factory guys wouldn't tell me, but they said they're up in that 180 horse range. Is that a custom swing arm too?
That's A1 Cycle swing arm down in North Carolina. Yeah, that's his arm.
Wow. Whose pipes are these?
That's a D&D.
D&D.
Yep.
Looks very similar to the Thunderheader up here
Yeah,
until you
for
get to the
sure,
pipe in the
100%
back.
Front, yep.
What'd you do for shocks on this one?
We got just the Legends in the back. He already had those on before we started, so
Yep.
those just kind of stayed there.
Yep.
We got all balls bearings in there too. We did ceramic wheel bearings, Behringer brake in the back, R&D transmission out of Florida.
Didn't miss a beat with this thing, did you?
Tried to cover everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what year is this one?
This is a 2022.
22. How about this one here, the
I'm
Road
pretty
King?
sure this is a 23 because he just got this last summer.
Yep.
And this one is also a 22. Both these Road Kings here. This one's getting New Orleans HDO 44 shocks on the back and then new tires, Pirelli Night Dragons. This one here is going to get the 143 cubic inch.
Wow.
So this is going to be a big.
How do you do that? How do you turn a 114 into a 143?
So we got S&S cases. They just came out with it. You know, we didn't have the S&S cases when that one was started. So that one has stock cases in it, which we bored over and did as much work as we could to it. But then S&S came out with their beautiful new cases. So he's going to be getting some of those, along with a Dark Horse crank, 4 5/8 stroke.
These are really replace the FXR. And some of the customers I've seen, almost they can make it look like an FXR because they've got the triangulated frame and the shocks, exposed shocks in the rear.
Yeah.
I really like the look. It's badass.
Yeah.
And
This one's also getting BST carbon fiber wheels
wow.
and an A1 swing arm. Same swing arm as the 139.
Clockworks makes an FXR fairing for these that make them look bitchin'. And we just trial fitted the one I just got from Shelton at Clockworks, and I can't wait to put it on there on the 22 131 that we're having you build up for us.
Does it fully replace the nacelle? Does this whole piece come off?
You can leave it on or put it. You can leave it on or take it off. It's your choice, and it fits the stock headlight in there, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure.
How about this bad asset?
This one just came in today. This is a 23. He's going to be getting rid of the Reinhardts on there and then all that stock stuff. So we're going to change the chrome push rod covers and tappets to black. And then we're going to put a Redshift 468 cam in there. Screaming Eagle intake manifold. He has another fueling B8 air cleaner that's going to go on here. And then a D&D as well on this guy.
Guys, if you want to check out some of Matt's work and the actual dyno charts, go to his Instagram channel. He's got some really good history there of the different combinations and what they're actually putting down before and after at the rear wheel. What's this one here?
So this one, I haven't done anything to it yet. Someone else has worked on this, so actually a few other people. But she's here now. She's a 128 already with an unknown cam and stock heads. And then this Sawicki pipe. And so we're going to be kind of tearing her back down and rebuilding her again. Is
this guy one of the East Coasting crew? Is he one of the
He's
stunt
friends
riders?
with the guys, yeah.
Yeah, they were down in Florida at the Drifter Cross event, and just amazing what these guys can do on these bikes. The Drifter Cross is now an AMA certified championship series, which will have a #1 Grand National Championship plaque. So it's no joke. It's going to start getting backing from different sponsors, including us. We're gonna pretty damn good chance we're gonna field a bike in that series next year. Possibly the Buell Super Cruiser. I've been talking to the guys at Buell, Bill Melvin and Troy Devlin and those guys about fielding. I think it would be a shoe-in. It'd be I saw, what's that new Harley Davidson cross country bike that they made?
The Enduro?
1190.
The Pan America?
Yeah, the Pan America. Yeah. There's a guy. They just dropped the video. I think one of the East Coasting guys, and incredible what they can do on those bikes.
The motors are killer. Those are like 180 horse right out of the factory.
Yeah, fantastic machine.
Yeah, with the variable valve timing and the stuff those things can do, it's an incredible motor.
So this one caught my eye over here, Matt. Of course, being an FXR guy, this is a spectacular foundation. What's the scoop with this one?
Yeah, so this is an 87 FXR that got completely stripped down. We did some modifications to the frame because we wanted to put a twin cam in it. So we're going to run a late model twin cam with the cruise drive 6-speed transmission. And we wanted to run the full oil pan. So the guys at FXR Division have the kit to be able to modify the frame here. So we welded those guys on here, and then also the mounts here to run Dynamid control mounts instead of the traditional FXRs that give us some problems,
I've ridden one of these. My neighbor Tommy has a FXR with the twin cam in it, and all the suspension done and everything in it. as much as I love FXRs, I'm building 3 right now, none to quite this level, but my first FXR was an 87. I just couldn't believe how good that bike was. The brakes, the suspension, it was just ridiculous, and the thing hauled the mail. It felt like a big dirt bike, like you like jumping off a loading dock or something. You know,
yeah, for sure. And his is a 103. That thing runs really, really good.
Did you do the motor on his FXR too?
Worked on that one too. Yeah.
That thing's badass.
He's got those tight little bars on it. It's like a little jockey. You feel like you're riding that bike. Yeah,
no doubt. I like the gold rims, man. Those are cool.
So those are actually the original rims. So that's once I finally get the paint set up for this, he has beautiful paint that's already been done. But you'll see that the gold's going to pop into it as well.
What color are you going with?
It's a white and a gold. And so with all the black and the motor, and then he's got the white and the gold on top, he thinks it's going to be a good look together.
It looks like a brand new block.
It's been sitting around. Paul built that up before he passed, unfortunately, and they worked their deal together. So that's a Matica special right there.
I like the DLC diamond coated black forks. It's badass. I do like the gold ones. My lowrider ST that you balanced the crank on for Gerald Rothman Jr. after I sold it to him, he had the gold ones and the gold pegs and tied the whole thing together with the gold ST style. But these are a little more subtle. They don't jump out as much as the gold ones do.
Yeah. Then I'll get the cap on here, and then we change these guys out too.
You didn't miss a beat on this one,
Speed
huh?
Merchant on these guys are nice.
Really
Good clamps.
So if somebody wants to have their Harley customized by you, what's the best way to get a hold of you?
Best way to get a hold of me, messaging, Instagram Messenger, Facebook Messenger. Email is always good too. I like email. It's quick and easy.
Cool. What's your I know you've got a shop full of bikes here and a ton more coming in. What's your how far are you scheduling if someone wants to build their new bike up?
It's a few weeks right now. You can see that 143 over there. I still got to get started on that one, so I got a lot of work into it, and then all these beautiful babes are here. So
give them a call if you want the best performance Harley Davidson parts, and you're working closely with guys like Big Bear. Big Bear, I've ordered some stuff from them on the West Coast, and I'm an Olin's dealer. I buy direct from Olin's, and Olin's told me point blank, they said Big Bear is like their skunk works. They do all the best performance work in dampening and modifications on their kits. They said if you want it done special for like Bagger Racing League, you got to go direct to Big Bear. And you're on the East Coast here, all the way across the country, and you've got a relationship where you can call him and buy what you want for your clients. Like my 2016 Road Glide, even though I have a shop at an Olin's dealer, I'll probably have the Big Bear stuff ordered and have you build it here.
It's a good way to get it, because it's a custom order. You know, anything that you can get that's custom ordered just for you, instead of a kit here or there, you can call him up or text him or his girl, and they can set it up exactly the way you want it. If you want the +2, if you want this color, or whatever you want, just a way to get it.
They're no joke. Big Bear Performance actually fields a King of the Baggers, which is the same as Bagger Racing League, just the other series team. And his bikes, he's taking them out and racing them against factory Indian, factory Harley Davidson, and holding their own.
Yeah.
And Harley runs the same suspension on theirs. They run the Olin's 044s. I'm sure they have special dampening. But
yeah, of course. Well, Kevin could do those too at Big Bear. You could send the HCO 44s. You can revalve those as well too. And some people are even doing it just to change out you could change them to black hoses instead of the silver.
And if you want to get more cornering clearance, now you're not just an engine guy. You do the whole thing, suspension and a whole performance package, brakes and everything. Mm-hmm. So if somebody wanted to take something like my 2016 or the 22 Road King or the 24 CVO, you want to lift it up a bit. How do you do that?
Well, you could do, like you said, you could start with the +2 in the front. You could do whatever you want, whichever way you want to do that, the +2. And then you could start getting crazy on your rear end. You know, you can get a 14-inch shock. You can get a 14-inch with an extension. Some guys are doing modifications. Actually, a good friend of mine at Ratty Fab, I can link you up with at some point if we want to talk. Because you get to a point where you can only go so far. Because then you start hitting clearance problems with your swing arm and your oil pan.
Yep.
And so Ratty Fab over there, he can help us actually modify the swing arm if we wanted to as well.
Very cool. Now, it's easy to talk shit, but the proof's in the pudding. In the dyno room here is where I call it the lie detector. There's no debating a dyno chart, you know? I mean, and some people, I believe most advertisers, there's a book, most advertisers are liars. I've seen so many performance companies, I won't mention any names right now, but I have mentioned some names in the past. I don't want to make any enemies, but where they sell you a pipe that's supposed to improve the horsepower and actually lose horsepower. You're like, holy shit, did they not have a dyno when they built this thing? Well, and the reason I'm here, why I drove out here is not the only reason, but besides all the recommendations and stellar reviews I've heard from your clients, but You dyno this stuff, so you know what works and you know which
Yeah.
tuners and what cams and
sure.
what items are going to bring this bike to
Yeah,
the
well,
next
like,
level.
yeah, like you said, the proof is in the pudding, and you want to know what you're doing is going to relate to the road. You know, even still, sometimes a lot of times we ride them in here, and then you still got to ride on the road because they can still feel a little different on the road or whatever. But we want to know that what we're doing, and we also want to deliver the best product to our customer because you could bench test things and you could say that it's this and that and whatever, but you want to make sure that it's 100% done. And if you can at least control as much as you can in your own hands, it just makes everything so much smoother. Instead of giving a bike back to a guy and then now he's got to go over here and then ride it for 50 or 500 miles and then break it in and then he's got to make an appointment and come back. People like to be able to drop it off, one-stop shop, get it done. And be done with it.
As an example, my good friend Sam Brannigan, fellow motocrosser, I've known him forever. He's my age, he's 61 or whatever. He had an engine built, I think, how many cubic inches was that one?
It was a 132.
132 in Florida. He spent a
Yes.
bunch of money in the shop, had it back there 3 times. It ran like shit. And I said, I've heard nothing but good about Matt at Sowders Speed. Bring it to him, my neighbor Tommy, and a bunch of his friends. Serious riders, guys that put, Tommy's got 110,000 miles on his road glide, and he owns like 6 bikes. And a lot of his friends in the motorcycle community are obsessed with these bikes, so they wouldn't be here if you weren't the best. And Sam had to call me. He goes, Ken, you're not going to believe how good this bike runs right now. And my old lowrider ST that you did the crank on for Jerry, when I rode that thing, it vibrated less, it freaking hauled the mail, and it's good to know that. I mean, these are big investments. Let's face it. I mean, some of these bikes are well north of $50,000, and most Harley shops, the certified Harley shops, don't have the capability that you have to really take it to the next level. They can do all the stage kits and bolt-ons, but those are all just Harley warranty stuff, and you're taking it to a level that's competitive with the factory teams and bagger racing, and I'm sure you could build a bike that would win at any level with what you're doing here.
Yeah, it'll be fun. It's fun. It definitely is fun. We enjoy it. We try to push the envelope. Comes with its headaches, like anything when you're pushing them that hard. You have hiccups here and there, but I think in the end, we enjoy them, and we always want to make them faster. And you do it a little bit, you do a stage 2, and then it's like, all right, when are we going to do the next step? And then we do the next step, And then you just keep building them and trying to race your friends. Yeah, it's fun.
So it's all about. Christy and I do stoplight racing at all events we go to, 0 to 85. Anybody that'll race us. My Turbo Harley was 152 horse, and we didn't lose too many races with that. That thing was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But I'm really looking forward to the 131 and the 121. So guys, we could talk all night about Harleys, obviously, but Matt's a family man. His son's at football camp. He's got to go pick him up, so we're going to let him roll here. It's already, what time is it? It's 7 o'clock. And stay tuned, guys. We're going to have before dyno reports and after dyno reports, and we've got the Clockworks fairing going on this. We're going to probably do some Big Bear performance suspension on this one here. This one's just getting the proper tune to go with the Thunder header. And then we've got the Stage 5 road glide that's coming his way for the Super Tune. So thank you once again for coming in and staying late here with me. I do appreciate it. And your reputation precedes itself with a lot of the people I know in the industry, and I'm honored to have my bikes here. And guys, thanks for watching. Check them out at Sowder Speed, SOWDER Speed on Instagram. That's your Instagram channel, right?
Yes, sir.
And this is it, the dyno reports, man. The proof is always in the. Here's one that had 140 horsepower and 148 foot-pounds of torque. So super performance, and it's all dyno proven here at Sowder Speed, right in Bristol, Connecticut. Bristol's best kept secret. Thank you again, Matt. Thank you all for watching, and as always, God bless the United States of America.